Last time on Cloudfall. The heroes of the clouds have returned. Just 24 hours have passed since they fell from Smallcastle, and that battle is not over yet. They narrowly escaped the Blue-Eyed Man as they sped away from the heart of Bismite in the fastest airship ever built. And then they arrived back in Farewell just a few hours later. Doran barely kept his cool at the sight of Phenom, but they managed to avert disaster until arriving at Libera's cocktail party in the Winged Spire. And then it all came out. Doran Driscoll is the Prince of Dawn's Edge and heir to King Marcus Narapria. And Libera, the leader of Farewell, is his elder sister. Not a moment after that bombshell came another. Libera's master plan was all coming to fruition. All of the Bismite she had collected could be put to use to break away from the mainland and launch Farewell into the clouds, where it was always meant to be. There's a moment of stunned silence as the aftershock of the explosion settles down and the lurching sensation of Farewell pulling away from the mainland slows into a drift. Out the window, you can see the continent slipping away from you, an entire third of the city left behind, leaving crumbling bits of infrastructure, revealing a vast network of underground tunnels and factories. A sudden round of applause begins to fill the room that you're in, back in this cocktail party. And looking around, you see plenty of faces that you recognize, still in attendance. Roland, Phenom, Libera, Trindle Breath, Clara Honeyweather, Tim Cream, Tomothy Matterfax, and Sir Beau standing to himself in the corner. That applause starts to die down, and Libera takes her position right in front of that bay window, sets down her wine glass, and gestures out to the people here. Wiping some tears away from her eyes, she says, "Welcome, everyone, to our new perfect home among the Skylands. Long have we labored for exactly this, for true freedom, for citizenship in a better world. It's my gift to you. The gates of Farewell are open to all who recognize the future of the clouds, and we will be the last bastion for any who lose their home. Farewell will live forever, as long as we remain vigilant, as long as we remain together. This world for all." You hear that quietly repeated through the room in another humble round of applause. And you can see there's some shock and hesitation in the room as people look out the windows. People begin to mingle again.
Is the bay window looking ahead into the clouds?
It wraps around so that you can pretty much get a 360 of the whole city and the clouds here.
Can Aaron see the back at the third of the city left behind?
Yeah.
I want to use my Ganymede ability
Yeah.
to try to perceive, I'm worried about what happened to the people that were, near the split and,
Yeah.
what was left behind, essentially.
Yep, roll with advantage.
26.
Fuck yeah. We get that super zoom in again across. You're looking back into the city.
Yeah.
You look down Silver Street and you see that was the split point. The slums that kind of bisected or trisected the city. That entire slum has been destroyed, obliterated. That's where the police were keeping you away from. It seems they made some effort to protect the people here as this explosion went off. But scanning the city, you can see not everything went according to plan. You see unconscious people in the street. You see a building that's slipped into the crater that shouldn't have. You also notice Rune is on the wrong side of this. This shop, it got left behind, not far from the chasm. Sir Boa is standing next to you, and he says,
Rune, he is not with us?
Yeah, it looks like his shop was on the other side of the cutoff. There's also some people hurt, I think, back there.
You hear some ratcheting noises of this, like, as he stands up straight. Sir Boa looks down at you and says,
I must retrieve the Maker.
Aaron nods and then looks over at Doran. And Libera, is she still near us?
Yeah, yep.
Libera, what about all those people? You're just leaving them?
Anyone's welcome to join Farewell, of course. This was the plan. This was the breakpoint. Architecturally speaking, geologically, that's where we had to do it.
This is so wrong.
She kneels down to you, Poppy, and kind of gets low, and she says, I know, it's so hard to understand, but hard things must be done for a better future for everyone.
Don't patronize me. This is wrong.
Don't pretend to know the full story here.
I've been out in the clouds. We've been out there saving Skylands. This is wrong.
Yes, Libera, you realize you have only painted a target here on Farewell. The islands out there are falling, and it's only a matter of time until you are among them.
No. No, because we know what's out there. We know what we're defending ourselves from, and we're prepared to defend ourselves. That's why we're storing the bismite here, to protect it, to save the clouds.
What's protecting it?
Us. Phenom,
Us.
this city, our inventions, our weaponry.
Phenom can tell you firsthand how he is ill-equipped to defend you against the things that are out there.
You think people can stop gods?
I think our bismite cannons could probably stop a god.
How do we get off?
Take the ship you came in on. Like I said, you're not my problem anymore.
We can't. You left it on the other side of the rift.
Sorry, ship is docked at the tower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I look at Phenom and try to just get a read of his gut reaction to everything that's happening here? So I'm going to try to roll an insight.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang. Well, 13.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I get advantage for some
The
reason.
teeniest, weeniest little 13.
Okay, does your aura do anything?
I don't have an aura of perception.
Okay.
Dang. Yep. So just 13.
Okay. With the 13, it almost looks like Phenom's relieved.
Okay.
About as far as it goes.
Right. This was a surprise to us. Did the citizens of Farewell know this was happening?
No. They didn't. They knew Farewell was changing. But no, this was not a public announcement.
Why not?
Because my mind was made up.
So you put half the city into the clouds. Now what? What's the point of it all?
Because now we are the clouds. Solidarity. Their troubles are our troubles. This is how it always should have been. I belong in the clouds. My city. My life, my world belongs in the clouds.
Your city. You left your city behind. All those people down there are your responsibility, and you left them behind. You didn't tell them what they were doing. You didn't tell them what was happening. And you destroyed their homes. You destroyed their connections.
You have no idea how far we've come, any of you. You don't know how long we've been working on this, what we've been defending ourselves from, what I've risked, what I've sacrificed, everything I've done for this city and these people. And because I do something that looks cruel from the outside now, because I had to make a hard decision, I'm facing judgment from 5 nobodies? Get out of my tower.
You're right. We should go. And Aaron looks around at their friends.
You see, that scene has also caused shockwaves here. In the cocktail party itself, nobody is talking after that. They're all staring at Libera. She kind of just laid her cards out.
Yes, perhaps it is best we leave this Autumn Queen to her own kingdom.
Ooh. Sick burn.
That no one else gets.
That one's for us.
You all hear, they're not nobodies. I mean, they were a couple months ago. You see Clara Honeyweather stepping out of the crowd. She says, they were nobodies when I met them. I mean, they were kind enough, but they've proven themselves, and they should be listened to. I mean, you've seen the crystal, so have I. We're talking to the heroes of the clouds.
Honestly, Libera, if you want to face what's out there in the clouds, you can do it without us. Good luck. We should go. Let's go back to Rune and figure out what's happening. It sounds like our crew needs us, Captain.
Libera, I hope for your sake and everyone else here that you're right. But I think this is wrong. See you in the clouds.
Aaron just wants to, aside look at Doran and kind of check in with him. Aaron grabs his hand and laces their fingers through Doran's and just looks at him and says, "What do you want to do?"
I want to know more from Phenom, but I don't think now's the time, maybe.
We can try to contact him soon. Do you want to check on Rune?
Yeah, we should see what happened down there.
Maybe we can try to help some other people too.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from. And Aaron looks back out the big window. And even though Aaron grew up with a horrible childhood, they know those streets like the back of their hand. And so it still doesn't feel good because there's a lot of innocent people out there.
Aaron, you look at your old square, your stomping grounds. It was kind of a slum of a market itself, but you see a little stand that used to sell yesterday's fruit kind of thing, the stuff that the bad batches, and it was the easiest place to steal from because it was cheap fruit in the first place. It's usually a little moldy, but you could pick around it. And for as much as you stole from that shop, it breaks your heart to see it destroyed. It looks like if the shopkeeper lived there, they're probably gone too.
Should we go?
Please get me off of this island.
Yes, let's.
As you all turn to leave, Phenom anxiously kind of nudges towards you and he says, "Listen, let's not make big final decisions off of one argument, right?
One argument.
We...
This is destruction.
Right, but... Okay, do we want to split this even further? Now it's you versus Libera versus Lyrian versus that blue-eyed man?
Libera has destroyed her own city. What can we do?
We're not fighting Libera. Libera can do whatever the fuck she wants. We're just not going to be a part of it.
Is this the leader you want to follow?
No, I don't want a leader. I didn't want to be... We need to make the best of a bad situation, and fracturing ourselves is not the way.
I think it's time for you to stand up for what you believe in.
Yes, you seem to keep hitching your cart to the wrong horses.
Would you even trust me?
You'd have some explaining to do.
Doran, you have to know I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I didn't do it.
I had a dream, a vision of some kind, and you were...
Do you remember that night at all?
I do. I think I do.
I was in the castle, yes. I got you out, but I was lied to. Think back. When you were attacked, how many were there? How many shadows did you see? It was 5. I promise you. It was 5.
What were you told then?
He told me he wanted you out of the castle so he could kill the king. It's a political move. Fine. I'm okay with that. No one told me we were killing children.
Insight check?
Go ahead.
That 20, baby.
Yeah.
You can see with every word, with every confession coming out of Phenom, you see this pulse of anxiety, and you see his eyes welling with tears with every word.
I grab Doran's hand and I squeeze it.
I saw them waiting outside the castle, and I knew what I did. and I managed to slip away, and I've been running and hiding ever since. I'm not even in Farewell half the time. It's all illusions. I'm in Backsea and Farewell and Chinoka and the Deluge and Vastfield. I'm everywhere. Being everywhere is the only way I can hide from Lyrian.
I'm gonna lean over to Doran and say, you can tell when he's lying.
Doran nods a little bit, takes off his backpack, and digs around a bit and pulls out a note. I believe you. I think there's been a lot of revelation tonight, and you're right. I don't see Libera the same as the Blue-Eyed Man or Lyrian even. I wish having allies was easier in these times. Here's a problem we have, and I hand him a note. You can find me. Perhaps we can talk another time. I turn and start walking away with everyone else.
He takes a glance down at the note as you're on your way out. What does it say?
So it's
drawing out a penis, and it says equals phenom.
It's just dick butt.
Yeah.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a note, and there's lots of like written things in the margins, basically trying to fish for ways to interpret these words.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like just in assessing it, there's not a lot of room to misinterpret, unfortunately. For your life to no longer be lost, the Autumn Court will be the cost. Hunt them, kill them, or die in vain. Vengeance shall be your campaign. Turn the Prince of Fall to a frost. For safe passage throughout your ascent, pay as tribute your blood and lament. Doran, son of no one, bow before my reign. I curse you, airless, nameless, and forbid the weasel's domain.
You catch eyes with Phenom just barely as you close the door behind you. He knows exactly what that note is.
Doran squeezes Aaron's hand, and Poppy's too at this point.
I'm still holding on.
And
He's got 8 hands. He was in his backpack.
He
Yeah.
re-held our hands after.
I think you handled that well, Doran. It's not easy to look past vengeance and see a potential ally.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Me too.
Thank you.
As you all make your way out of the spire, you hear a pair of clacking heels behind you as you leave. You're just coming out that front door and following me down the steps. A beautiful young lady with long red hair flowing behind her calls out, "Stop! Wait! Wait, you have to stop. I just needed to talk to you. The heroes of the clouds. I must confess, I'm virtually obsessed. I'm sorry. She reaches out a hand. She says, Trindle Breath, I've been watching your crystals. I don't mean to impede you from whatever you're doing right now, but I wanted just to talk to you, to spend time.
We don't have a lot of time to spend. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, we have to go. Help
Please,
some
just a
people.
moment longer. She takes a step up and reaches for Doran's hand.
Doran's holding both me and Poppy's hands, so he doesn't have another.
Yeah, okay. She steps up right in front of Doran and kind of like looks him like top to bottom. She says, just a moment of your time, please.
Okay, that's close enough. And Aaron puts their body in front of Doran and kind of gently pushes Trindle back a little bit.
Oh, I'm just... I've been having these dreams. Doran, it's Doran, right?
Yes.
People around town have been saying that we would make such a great couple. I don't know where the idea came from, but someone said we were already engaged, a rumor, and it got me thinking.
Trindle, before you say any more.
I mean, it's never appropriate for a lady to ask, but Doran...
Okay. You know, whatever's going on here, it's a little bit weird. So you just met this person, and maybe you need to just go and have another cocktail in the party.
You see the front door open again, and a short gnome steps out and says, "Oh, they're still here. Amazing. Listen, just a couple autographs." And then you hear calling from inside, "Are they still there?" "Yeah, they're right outside."
We gotta go.
We gotta scoot.
Sojourn, do you still have Pass Without Trace?
I do. Yeah.
Oh my God, what's that over there?
You all notice your footsteps quiet to nothing as you turn a corner, just the soft impact of your feet with no noise. At the same time, they all kind of turn to look where Poppy pointed, and they sort of lose track of you all at once. And the last thing you hear calling down the corridors is some man shouting, "Sojourn, choke me with your vine."
Oh, no.
The fans are getting a little intense.
Yikes.
Maybe enough crystal videos for now.
Yeah.
Coming down the alleyway here, you suddenly hear a whistle and a strong impact of cobbles being flung in different directions as Steed lands next to you and begins trotting along with your group.
Steed, report, please.
And there was a big explosion, lots of damage. There's some dead folks to be sure. Part of the salvage yard collapsed and Rune's trapped.
Oh no.
Rune's trapped?
Serbo's working on it. He'll be back soon. He said not to follow him.
Well, I think we should not listen. We should help those people.
Agreed.
I can't carry all of y'all. You come to the end of the street here where it would intersect with Silver Street. This chasm is over 150 feet wide now, and you can see clouds filling the distance in between.
Doran, that spell, to get there faster, I don't know what it was that you did.
Dimension door.
Yeah.
I know the shop well. I haven't been inside of it often, though. We still need to get closer. I can fly, Doran says with some hesitation.
Doran, make a perception check with advantage.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, with an 18 in perception, you can hear a burning bismite engine, a tiny one. You look across the chasm here and you see a little smoke trail as Serbo is flying towards your group from the other side, from where Rune was. And he's not alone. You see, back on Baxi, Serbo picked up a little idea. Mid-flight, his internal servos and latches kind of hooked onto Poppy, allowing her to ride in his ribcage. Rune doesn't need those legs of his. When Serbo catches him from all sides and kind of holds him in the center of his body like a mech suit, Rune and Serbo are able to operate as one.
Whoa, cool.
You see him flying across the chasm and lands in front of you like Iron Man kicking up stone. He says, "Okay, let's go." You can see that Rune's like shaking in place, terrified of everything that's happening.
Well, Rune, our whole plan was to rescue you. What are we supposed to do now?
Get dinner?
Should we take your ship?
Yeah, but we gotta get back to the spire. We don't have to avoid guards and stuff, do we?
Maybe not guards, but definitely fans.
Oh, okay.
I know we're trying to leave, but there's a lot of people here that are hurt. Is there anyone maybe we can reach out to try and coordinate some sort of effort to help?
I don't really know people here.
We do have a lot of fans up there who might be willing to help out.
That's true. Here we go again.
Is there anyone in Farewell that was I'm almost thinking hospitals or churches that would help people, stuff like that? Instead of going back to the fans, we can try to stop one of those places and see if they'll offer any aid to the people back if they have transportation.
Look for community leaders.
Yeah.
Aaron, when you were younger, there was a temple around here, the Church of Eldath, the god of peace. There was, though you couldn't read, you could always recognize the stained glass images around this temple, and so many of them were images of people taking care of one another, taking care of the elderly, children, the homeless. You knew that this was the one place you could go to when you got hurt, and nobody would ask questions, and nobody would ask for money. They would just bandage you up and send you on your way. If it was extreme enough, they'd even spend healing on you.
Maybe we can stop here real quick and see if they can send people back to help. If you guys are okay taking a quick pit stop.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
We go into the temple and try to find someone to help.
Front and center, you see somebody kind of arranging little pamphlets on the pews again. It says, "Oh, visitors.
Hi. Did you see what happened outside?
I did. I heard it was very loud. Yeah, it was a big boom. We lost some of the books shook free of the pews. And just putting them back now. I suppose that was us splitting away from the mainland, yeah?
Yeah, and more than that, not just the mainland, but the rest of the city. There are people out there that are injured and trapped, maybe.
And displaced.
Yeah.
Do you have any way to send aid back to the mainland?
Well, certainly. We've got access to funds and travel. We could send some back, but didn't people get moved into the city? What?
No.
No.
Well, it's worse than I thought then. Some of our augurs knew that something like this would happen, a new future for Farewell, but they didn't know that it would be bifurcated.
I don't think anyone really knew what was coming. But they need help, and quickly. Is there anything we can do?
You? No. You seem like you already have things you need to do. Well, we can help.
Do you need us to send you volunteers?
No, just beer.
Beer?
Yeah. We're pretty much fueled by beer.
Where do I sign up? Just kidding.
I love this religion.
He looks behind him and he says, well, it's nice to have one tall member of the congregation, but typically they're you see 20 to 27 dwarves walking out of a back room, all in their acolyte garb, and they're just like, "Are we needed?" They're all coming out with ropes and grappling hooks and stuff. It seems like maybe part of their plan is to try to tether to the old island and pull it back together. They're gonna try a bunch of stuff, but it seems like you've got the aid of Farewell taken care of.
Okay.
Could I use the chef feat to make beer? I don't think I could.
Hey, Poppy, maybe a donation? Who has some gold?
Oh.
And then Aaron points to a little wooden box that says, "Help."
Yeah.
Alms.
We don't have any ale right now, but I can make a donation.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, gold is good as ale.
Okay.
I'm going to drop 100 gold.
Love it.
Yeah. He turns around and goes, "Hey, first round's on them."
Oh.
You just hear cheering everywhere. Yeah, you see them run out to the edge of the cliff, and they're just grabbing each other's ankles and forming some kind of dwarf bridge daisy chain to try to make the gap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. It's best to just leave them to their art.
That was easy.
All right, you're all moving as a unit, Sir Beau and Rune in tow, back to the spire. You start to catch excited people. Everybody's kind of in party mode now. The people who get to live, essentially, get to stay on the island, are wandering the streets with drinks in hand, and you can smell that alcohol haze and drugs being smoked everywhere, and it seems like this is the best thing that could happen for them. You do start to gather attention as you go. You hear the heroes of the clouds whispered over and over again. People start to follow you.
Dorn, I think you should take the lead on this one.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. Guy, can you handle this?
I think I can handle this.
I'm going to give Guy Bardic Inspiration.
Great.
Can I prestidigitation his voice louder?
Sure.
Okay.
And also guidance.
Damn.
Here you go, Guy.
Guy just starts glowing.
Yeah. All your friends just lay on hands.
What the? Okay. What? Okay, Guy stops and turns around to kind of block the Gagla fans that are following.
Mm-hmm.
Citizens of Farewell, it seems many of you have been following our exploits as heroes of the clouds. Now, your leader, Libera, has set you on a new path, willing or not, into the very clouds themselves.
Get on the steed.
Just a moment, sir. And now you all have an opportunity to also become heroes of the clouds as well.
They all look at each other.
Just as we have helped the people in various skylands, you now have the opportunity to help people of your own home, people who have been left behind as you transition into the clouds.
You hear a sword being drawn and then another.
The good people of the Church of Eldath is helping down there in the slums as we speak, but They need your help as well. Now go, become heroes of the clouds. Just like we did.
All right. Let me see a persuasion.
Performance or persuasion?
It's the same roll for me. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Does the booming voice help in any way?
I think it
That's good.
gathers an even bigger crowd.
Okay.
Yeah. More and more people are coming from the alleyways to see this.
17.
You think you know what somebody's going to say, and so you're like saying it in your head. But I was like, I'm thinking 17.
Okay.
Feels like a 17.
Yeah.
When you're done, I'll tell you what my D20 roll was.
Was it a natural one?
Was not a 1.
Okay. I can make some assumptions. Yeah, with a 17, you do see a moment of hesitation, and they kind of nodded themselves. It's clear they want to stay around you, to be in your presence, and that's their kind of number one motivation. That's their selfish desire. But calling them heroes of the clouds seems to inspire them to greatness. You see the back half of the crowd starts to split off to do good. The people closer to you eventually take their cue as well and start to leave. Not all of them, but a good helping of these people might actually help the Church of Eldath.
Great.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Thanks, Guy.
You see
Had all
Bidet.
those buffs.
You see Steed walking away with the crowd. And he says, I can be a hero too.
Aw, Steve.
You're already a hero, Steed.
Oh, all right. And he turns around and comes back to you. All right.
What's GTFO?
Yeah, let's get to our ship and get out of here.
Yeah, you do that. You all get back to that the hangar bay in the top of the spire. You see the Bifrost is still there. It's being loaded up with a little more bismite to help it make the journey. Make the sojourn? And before long, you are all off. Guy, you are on the Bifrost, and there's been a couple minutes of quiet. As you all sit in the hull here, it seems they're awaiting orders.
The way I see it, we have 2 destinations. We can return to Lodom, to our allies, or we return to Smallcastle to recover our vessel, along with the rolling pin. And seeing as all of our allies are waiting for us in Lodom, I see that as the only option for returning to Smallcastle, which is under siege, will not be a simple task.
You've gained some memories back, Guy, right?
Many of them, yes, not everything.
Do you know what we might expect going to Lodom? Do you think anyone will recognize you?
I don't know what to expect, other than that the Lodom we see will probably be nothing like I remember it. I expect it to be a traumatic event as I witness the consequences of my actions.
But this time, you have us to back you up. You're not doing it alone.
Yes. We will press on. I'll be okay.
Does anyone know, like, Libera said that the king Naropriya died? I wonder what it means for the, people there and what's going to happen.
And Doran, I mean, what does that mean for you?
It means I can't be reckless for a lot of reasons now.
Oh shit, Doran's a prince.
Yeah.
Oh no, do we have to,
Uh-oh. That's
Your Grace?
Poppy, don't make me throw
weird.
up. Don't make me throw up.
That's really weird. Aaron sort of takes a step back from Doran for a second and is just like, I don't know how to process that. You're like the least princely person I know.
Thanks.
I don't know, I always kind of got reckless prince vibes.
I mean, what do you mean you can't be reckless? I mean, already I agree that you shouldn't be reckless, but
Sojourn, in Dawn's Edge, there's a lot of myths, I guess. To put it simply, I think there's a lot of concern of the lineage ending and Dawn's Edge collapsing. I don't know what is myth versus reality at this point.
Like literally collapsing, because we've seen a lot of that happening in the clouds, or just figuratively collapsing, like politically.
Fall into the clouds. I don't know if it's a metaphor. I don't know if it's part of a religion and it just kind of lost its origin, but there will be panic now. I imagine Dawn's Edge is in need of help too, but we don't even, like, we just know what Phenom said, and how do you even prove something like that? And why? Why would I not know my own parents? Why, I don't know. It's a lot to process. I think we may have to go there at some point.
So I did not list it among our potential options now, but as you said, Dawn's Edge is no doubt thrown into unrest without a king.
Is Dawn's Edge on the clouds, like Farewell was on the edge?
It's close. Yes. I think we should go to Lodom first. We have supply needs that are new. We have to carry bismite with us now. What do we have? Do we have enough?
Do not touch. We need every ounce that's in the Bifrost right now. That is not for you to take.
Okay. Do we have any on us, Poppy? I guess.
I maybe would have grabbed some because I was going to make a pendant for Sojourn. Journey at the time. But then she was able to, like, grab some herself, so I might have a little bit.
Can I do a history check of, like, if Lodom would have a stockpile of bismite or something? I'm guessing the mainland doesn't, but...
Let's see here. Yeah, with your, being that your
If I would
memories
know
are
that.
back now, yeah.
Yeah. I think history checks are good for me, because if I roll bad, then it's just
Yeah,
like,
it's
well, I
just
don't
not there.
remember.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, with the 16, you know that all of the major kingdoms were invested in bismite mining and collection, so yes.
Okay. There might be some stockpile of bismite in Lodom that we could procure.
That's not a word, is it?
I don't think so.
Guys remembering words that don't exist. Procure.
Yeah, that's it.
I like procure and
I'm not
require.
redoing it.
Yeah.
acquire.
There have to be fuel stations, right? Because people have bismite engines.
Kind of. I feel like the skyship level of bismite engine of what it needs seems like way more than just a cart.
Yeah. But we're not engines. We just need a little bit each.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about us. I thought you meant the ship.
No.
I forgot we need it too.
Worst case scenario, I think we could probably figure out how to fly it without using it. So.
Okay. Well, Guy, it sounds like Lodom is our first stop.
Yes. Full steam ahead to Lodom.
And once we're there, we should seek out this reserve if there is one.
Or maybe harvest some from Smallcastle on our way out after we get our ship.
Yeah.
I don't want to be caught unprepared. We have powerful enemies now.
Your Highness?
Mikey, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Please, as first kind command, just call me Doran.
Oh, at once, sir. Sir Doran.
Okay.
Do you want to play cards with me?
That might be nice, Mikey. Yeah, we can do that.
You see him get a big grin. He goes, hell yeah.
We're gonna use my cards though, because yours are really sticky. So.
No, I drew on mine. I like them.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to use this monster first.
Could I argue for a short rest
Yeah.
to regain
Do it.
some spells?
Argue.
Yeah, what's your argument?
I think we should have one because we're sitting on a ship for a while to fly to Lodom.
But what if we also leveled the DM?
Wow, what a great idea.
And what if we all got new magic items right now?
Wow, flashbacks. Just kidding about the flashbacks.
Oh, I shouldn't joke about that. Cause
You still
use
have
mine
one.
Yeah. The ship takes off. Card game starts going. About 5 minutes in, all of the conversation stops. Everyone's just kind of anxiously awaiting the next thing that's going to happen here, the next bombshell to drop. And in that silence, you all hear a bell ring out. Still, in the bottom of the Feywild, that broken up tower is still ringing out every day. Even though you only hear it every now and again. That noise always causes you to take a moment and reflect, and now we find out what happens at level 10. But we're also on a very fast speeding ship, so we're going to have to speed run this level up.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Aaron, as quickly as you can. What did you gain from level 10?
Aaron just got 2 ability score modifiers points. Aaron is level 10 rogue. And I added them to my strength because I was only negative in strength. And I think my thought process was Aaron also, really pulled a lot of the weight getting people up the tower.
Literally.
And so Aaron got a little stronger from that experience.
Just a super cut of catching Doran as he falls.
Yep. So that's what Aaron got.
Biceps getting bigger and bigger. All right. Done. Bosh.
Bosh.
Sojourn.
I also just got an ability score increase. I put it all in charisma. I think Sojourn, with all the changes recently and kind of letting go of the past allegiances that she had to creatures that have turned out to be horrifically evil, she's trying to find some strength and willpower in herself. So that charisma boost comes from kind of this new shore of willpower that she has.
Nice. Captain Guy.
All right. As a result of the events at the end of the Feywild Tower, now Guy is a full level 10 paladin and doesn't have the level of warlock anymore. I got some new auras, like Aura of Courage, which makes everyone immune to being frightened, which covers the thing I lost from Form of Dread, so that's great. And some new smells.
New smells. That's great. Yeah.
New smells, new spells. That checks out.
New smites and Spirit Shroud. I don't know if I'm using that one. We'll see. There's new spells.
New swagger. All right. Prince Doran.
Doran got new spells. They won't be used until certain story events happen. So for the purposes of this, I got some more HP.
All right. After losing some HP. recently.
Secretive. So secretive.
And humble Baker Poppy.
Oh, hey. I think I'm at least first mate.
First mate Poppy.
I got a subclass boost called batching. And I need you to explain it. I can, whenever I bake an arcane recipe, I create an additional baked item of the same type. And then under batching, it says you also get the benefit of your baked item. So I'm assuming that extra one is for me?
Correct. Whenever you bake a treat, you immediately get the bonus of the treat. You don't even have to eat it. It just happens for you.
Hell yes.
And then whenever you make one of something, you make 2 of them.
Sweet. Okay. Oh, so I get it and there's
And
an
you get 2,
extra one.
yep.
Sick. Okay. And then I also got another cantrip, which I picked Elementalism because I thought that sounded fun. And a 5th level spell, I took Steel Wind Strike, which you choose up to 5 creatures you see within range. You make a melee spell attack with the melee weapon that you have. On a hit, a target takes 6d10 force damage, and then I teleport to an unoccupied space I can see within 5 feet of one of the targets.
Good
Cool.
lord.
Nice.
Is your weapon like a soup ladle?
It's my bread knife.
Your bread knife.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
geez.
cool.
So I just wanted Poppy to be a little more
Stabby.
tanky,
Yeah.
I guess.
Called
Yeah.
slap chop.
Slap chop.
That's so
I
good.
should call it that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
All right. Doran, Mikey is going to lay down some of his last cards, hoping to win the round for himself. when suddenly all the cards on the ground start to slide to one direction. The ship is dropping altitude because after just 20 minutes, you guys are landing in Lodom.
Wow. What a board state. You know what, Mikey? I think I see it. I see what the cards have for me. I think you're gonna win.
He looks at the cards and he goes, "No, damn it, you can't scoop. Come on, here. This one was here. This one was here.
Oh my!
I was gonna win. Why does this keep happening?"
Okay, fine. I pull out the Venus crystal and I just take a snapshot of it. We'll get back to it later, I guess.
Okay, well, don't delete that one.
Okay.
Looking out the tiny little porthole that this ship has, you see that the Bifrost has touched down in a stony field of long yellow grass and tall rocks. In the distance, you see the great walls and rooftops of the kingdom of Lodom. From this ship, you can see a lavish villa of carved stone and heavy timbers nestled into a curling terraced foothill in the mountains. All around it, you see clusters of folks in campfires and tents. No, sorry, around campfires, not in campfires.
Thank God you're
Why
here.
are they doing this? And all around it, you see clusters of folks around campfires and tents, all the refugees from Smallcastle. Yeah, that ship touches down, and you all hear that ka-dunk of the boarding deck being dropped so you can see outside, and some crisp, cool air floods into the Bifrost.
Guy steps out and takes a big inhale, and I want to do a smell check to see if there are any familiar scents
Okay.
here back in Lodom.
Yeah.
18-ish.
All right. Guy, you smell the open plains of Lodom. And if it wasn't enough for you to become the captain of your ship again, you remember what it feels like to lead, to be trusted and believed at your word. You are inspired by the scent of the plains here, of your kingdom, your home. And Guy, while smelling Lodom, while in the presence of Lodom, you have advantage on charisma checks.
Ooh.
Cool.
Just like I remember. Advantage on charisma checks.
The vastness of the sky and the infinite field here and all that brisk breeze running through it, it causes a sudden pause. And just for an instant, you're all no longer bothered by the weight of these wars and these missions and grudges and bargains. There's just a moment of silence as you all start walking towards that villa in the distance, and the humble smell of bonfire and crisp air fills your lungs. You start to see in the distance some of the royalty of Smallcastle. You can see Easy P with half of his armor off. You see Diabolo, Maisie Muldrift, and a few others.
Oh, wow, you're all here. Safe and sound, eh?
You all made it back? Impressive. I thought you did.
No. We could have. Some of us did.
I actually came down to try to find you. I went in Smallcastle, ran into trouble. I was trying to make it to the dungeons, and then this turtle here outran me, outpaced me, and warned you first, is what happened. Right?
And he looks down at Mikey.
That is not how Mikey described it.
Mikey squints and he says, "I believe Guy more than you."
More than you. Well, perhaps I was a little passionate, ambitious about tracking you down again. But water under the bridge now.
I think we have bigger problems to deal with than...
Indeed you do. Oh, it's so good to see all of you again. Please, you have to help my husband. He won't come back. He's stuck in Smallcastle still. He's stubborn old ass.
We're planning to go back. Our ship is
You
there.
must then. She drapes herself off of you and does that kind of forearm over the forehead thing. And she's just like, "Please, my husband."
Yeah, it's gonna be okay. And Aaron's really bad at comforting people, and Aaron just is patting them on.
She takes your hand and
Their
clasps it in both. And she says, "Please, my boy too.
Your boy.
The prince, he's gone. Volvin. He's there too. He went to go retrieve his father.
Why?
He thought he could convince him. I don't think he can. He's got great ambition, but he's just He's so stupid, that Vulvan.
I mean, we'll do our best to get everybody out, because, I mean, we're going to have to go back anyway for our ship.
Please don't leave without them.
We'll try.
They're royalty, after all.
I'm sure I could convince him to come back.
Are they still royalty if their kingdom is collapsed?
It hasn't fallen. Smallcastle's very much intact.
Do you mean to return to your castle?
It's hard to say. The island's taken damage. We don't know the state of it. If it's still a target, I don't know. It's quite nice here.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the attack? What happened?
After you left, they kept showing up, more of them, more vessels. None as big as the original ship. I kept hearing them call it the Leviathan. It's massive. But then 12 more. Smaller vessels, but they've been running strafing attacks and firing at the shield. It's a matter of time before they figure out how to get rid of it. Cause the island to become unprotected.
What does Maisie say?
Maisie has 4 empty mugs around her and 2 empty plates and a bunch of scrap paper, and she's been writing and trying to come up with new magic by the bonfire this whole time. You see her crumple it up and throw it into the fire and start on a fresh page. Maisie stands up when she sees all of you and says,
Oh, right. Now this is a variable I can work with. What's the status? Are we ready? I mean, what's happening?
Well, we just got here, so we're kind of trying to figure out what's happening here.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, we're still working on a plan. I was hoping I could turn Smallcastle into like a bomb, but I don't know.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
A bomb?
Yeah, but I don't know. There's a lot of bismite there. We could do better stuff with it, maybe, but...
Oh, I know someone you should talk to about bombs, actually. Have you met Tick? Is he here?
Dick? No.
Okay, well, he's a friend of mine, and he loves bombs, so maybe you guys could, I don't know.
I wish he was here. I could use a collaborator.
A bomb to blow up the Leviathan, or what's the end goal here?
Yeah, I was just spitballing. But there's more we could try. We could try to get them all inside Smallcastle and then drop it into the Feywild, right? We could try to get some cannons through the portal back into there and take down the shield and fire out at them.
Maisie, we will talk strategy later, but first we need to get a better view of the situation.
Sure. I'm just trying to keep my distance from the other strategist here. He's a talker. She nods her head over at this tall man with slicked back black hair. He's got a very a thin curled mustache. He looks very suave and into himself. He's also poring over some strategic papers laid out.
We don't know him.
You haven't met him yet.
Okay.
Oh, I assumed it was Diabolo.
No, you do see him here too, though.
Okay.
Now, who all is still in Smallcastle? We know the king and the prince are still there.
That's it as far as I know, but I guess this Tick guy, if he didn't come through, he might still be there.
Tick and Kesher as well.
Casher's here, the flyer. Yeah, she's been around. And she, is looking up.
We'll probably want to have our pilot with us, right?
Well, we should also just try to find our crew, and, I mean, I'm not the captain, sorry, but...
No, you have the right of it.
Is April here? We have someone she probably wants to see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, April's here. She's been pretty popular. You, turn to look, and you all see this, smoke signal coming from the distance.
Yeah.
She goes, she's in that tent over there.
Yeah.
I want to reunite the turtles.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All of them.
Oh, because
Yeah.
they were separated from the fall, and they didn't know.
And April doesn't know Heber's alive.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, we all want to do that.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's first order of business.
Poppy, I totally forgot. Let's get you guys back together.
Yeah, it'd be good to see April again.
You see Huber is silent, and he almost looks embarrassed as he starts walking with you. Seems a little anxious to see her again. You guys pull back the flap to the tent. April looks up and she says,
They're back.
And so is Huber.
Yep. Hello, April. It's
Good to see you again. You see April pull a pipe up to her mouth and goes,
How did you get back?
Didn't Huber grab that pipe from the tower for her?
yes.
Okay.
Huber steps up and says, I, had some help? Sure. I have something for you. Reaches into his pack and pulls out this ornate pipe once used by the king of the Autumn Court. Hands it over to April and she says, oh, that's a nice piece. Let me see. She starts fiddling with it and she goes, I had confidence that I might see you again. All of you. All of you. I never gave up hope. Not until I knew. If that bell survived, Huber can too. She looks up with glassy eyes. I'm glad I was right.
Yeah.
Well, it was bloody difficult. Even with all the help and being practically dragged up the tower, I had given up hope twice, nearly died thrice, and haven't eaten bright bulb soup in decades. Weeks.
Time moves differently there.
There's also no sugar in the Feywild, so I'm pretty much jonesing.
I guess I could make dinner.
Cool. Let's do that.
Okay.
You all spend some time out in the refugee camp here. A lot of people kind of gather up into the circle to hear about your stories and exploits. About how much time do you want to spend out here?
About like a long rest or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Our sense of urgency is just that Smallcastle's being attacked.
Yes.
And the shield is holding for the moment.
Yep.
We need Bismite at some point for us. I feel like if we do a rest, though, I want to, like, possibly talk to Dorn, but we can do it later
Yeah.
also.
Well, we can do this too. So, as you all kind of wind down into a rest here and take some social time around camp to rest and recharge, during that, you all see Benjamin Butterhug walk by. And just a few moments later, you see Benjamin Butterhug walk by. And then a couple minutes after that, you see Benjamin Butterhug walking with Benjamin Butterhug, and they're helping Benjamin Butterhug find Benjamin Butterhug.
Oh my god.
You see when he looks up at you, he's got this huge trail of drool coming out of his mouth, and he goes, "Hi." And you see Benjamin has split himself into 8, dividing his intelligence by that exact factor. He's doing the best he can to, like, carry food and supplies and, like, help people put up their tents, but he's doing it with the intelligence of a dog.
I walk up to Benjamin and this little tune came to mind seeing you today, and I'm going to play a little ditty and cast an enhance ability targeting intelligence for Benjamin.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if it would strictly work mechanically, but
Yeah.
the intent is to give him a little bit.
Yeah. You see him kind of, like, wobbling, like, side to side, very slowly listening to the tune. And all of a sudden, he starts to speak actual words. He says, that's nice. That's a nice little melody. Hey, I've seen you before.
Yeah. Maybe 7 is like the right number. I can only keep this up for an hour or so.
Dordadritka, how are you?
6. Let's go with 6.
Oh, we should find Baka. He seeks out one of his other Butterhugs, and he's trying to high-five him to, like, turn back into one, and he keeps missing the high-five.
Yeah. Okay.
I grab both of their hands and smack them together.
They turn back into one cat, and they go, right then, Babka. Shall we?
I think so.
It's nice, lovely, truly, for you all to want to spend time out in the refugee camp, but I imagine we could give you slightly nicer accommodations in the villa, if you please.
Works for me.
Let's go.
You might have Bismite.
Yeah.
About halfway back, you all see Babka join into your group on your way into the villa, and he says, welcome back, my illustrious friends. I presume you've been gone longer than we have.
Yeah.
It felt like months inside the Feywild, to be honest.
Yeah, like almost half a year, basically.
like 12 whole fucking episodes.
It's longer than that. I think.
Welcome to my home. It is also a trading post for unique and rare artifacts. Finally, it is a home for the lost and the traveling, open to all.
Yeah, thank you for taking all these people in. I know it's a little bit of an imposition, so I appreciate you taking all these people under your wing.
Absolutely. How else might I help?
Do you have any bismate?
We do. For price.
What price?
We can negotiate. Remember, Bobka does not do discounts.
Right.
Bobka, have you found yourself the sort of de facto leader of this band out here?
Leader, no. Provider, I suppose.
Who's in charge of Lodom right now?
For the last 2 years. What the fuck is this?
I don't know. You're like Scottish now.
For the last 2 years.
There you go.
it is. Lodom has been run by Viren. An outsider, an Eladrin from the Feywild.
But we know Viren to still be laying siege on Smallcastle.
Then Lodom is empty. Well, empty of Viren. Perhaps her associates, subordinates.
But you haven't faced any pressure from those inside the city once you made camp here.
Lodom has been disturbingly quiet for a long time now. No one leaves or enters the city.
Is there anyone that you would know, Guy, that you would want to try and reach out to?
I cannot imagine the prince, if he still lives, would be inside those walls.
Do you also deal in rumors? Anything, Bobka? Being here for a long time, what are the people speaking of?
I do believe Lodom is no more. It is a military extension of the Feywild. I believe very few people still live there who used to. Dead or deported. This prince of yours, if he stood in opposition to Viren, there is no chance he is still inside those walls.
Then it is as I feared.
We have much to discuss this evening. Please rest. But we must plan. For tomorrow we must act. Here to help us, Maisie Muldrift, should you need it. Also from Smallcastle, their lead strategist, a colonel, is here to help you as best he can.
Is his name Colonel?
Oh, sorry, Colonel Lingus. He is here to
God damn it, Tim.
assist you in your
God damn
designs.
it.
I love it.
I thought we were free.
Was he the guy with the curly mustache?
Yes.
Oh my god.
You see him carrying a scroll case, walking into the room, sets it on a giant round table, and starts to lay out some battle plans. He says, I'll do what I can to help. It's, I hope I can. Seems like you are in a really tight spot.
Oh my god.
Colonel, we thank you for your assistance.
Gives you a little nod. So, what's our plan of attack? How are we getting in?
How did the rest of you get out of Smallcastle? It was through the carpet, was it not?
Bobka throws a giant eyebrow up towards the colonel, and he says, have you not been paying attention? The method of infiltration is the carpet, yes. Currently, the Shatterhorn has been reparked in front of the castle itself. An easy entrance and exit for the refugees should they need to return or leave.
Yes, so we enter the carpet and we will be big or small?
You will be big at first. If you go too far back into tiny castle proper, you will shrink once again.
I see.
And do we know if the king and prince are in Tiny Castle or just in Smallcastle?
We do not. We have not had contact for some 8 hours.
Okay, well, maybe once we get in there, I can track them.
We also have ways of contacting people we can't see.
Oh, right, I have this quill. I keep forgetting about it, but I got this quill. Do any of y'all have paper?
For a price.
Yeah.
We have paper for a brush.
Bobka's just like a warlord making money off war right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Bobka.
If that price is a handshake, then deal.
Ethical gun running. Yeah, Bobka sets you up with a freebie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I guess I'll send a message to Volvin.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the king is gonna be worse. And he was also very creepy about wanting my hair. So yeah, I'm gonna send. Dear Prince Volvin, the heroes of the clouds are in Lodom, and we're planning on making our way to Smallcastle. Please be near the ship with your father, and we'll get y'all out of there. Thanks.
Tomorrow.
Sojourn. Also, it's tomorrow that it's happening.
Also, he doesn't know our
Who the hell
Sojourn.
is Sojourn?
Yeah.
Parentheses, I used to be Journey, and now I'm Sojourn. Thank you.
A few moments later, you receive a message. Could it be? Has she returned? The one I love with golden curls?
Golden.
To whom I kneel and call my girl?
Ew.
Could she be close enough to touch? My heart can't take it. It's just too much. You can tell he's like making this up as he goes along, but he just keeps going with no message of whether or not he acknowledges your first request for him to like be available with the king.
Yeah.
He's just waxing poetic about Poppy.
Doran's
Okay.
looking over at the paper because it responds back through paper.
Yeah, this version does.
Wow, he's really going for it.
Definitely got to him.
Yeah. I'm gonna flip the paper over.
I'm sorry, did that say golden curls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not quite on it.
In a certain light, I almost.
I suppose if the sun's real yellow that day. Yeah, I just write back. Hi, Volvin. Yeah, Poppy's here. If you want to see Poppy, maybe meet us at the ship. Like I said, tomorrow. Not tonight. Definitely tomorrow. Have a good night. Please stop writing.
Whatever. It was supposed to be once a day with this, but it's fine.
Oh, shit.
He responds, "It shall be done. We're on our way right now."
Oh, no. Okay.
Just please listen, Volvin.
Do we still have the Colonel with us as well?
Yeah.
And Maisie? Where's
Yeah.
Maisie?
Wait, sorry, who?
Colonel Linguist?
Linguist.
Linguist.
It's just Lingus, but yeah, close enough.
I was
Yeah,
trying
he's
to
still-
force a change,
Yeah.
but no.
No. You heard it right.
Well, we do need to know what do they want at this point. Viren, we think, is on the Leviathan. They're still attacking. What exactly are they going after? Remind me.
My best guess, any of us. We still think it's you. All of you. They have no idea that you all fell into the clouds. They think you're still on Smallcastle, still hiding.
What do we gain by going back to them?
Well, there is an island at stake. That's something. Your ship.
The rolling pin.
Sure, the roly pin. Sure.
Irreplaceable.
Is there any shot at laying siege to them from the outside?
No shot.
Damn.
No shot. No cap. Gat. Riz.
Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity. Skibbity siege weapon. This world is collapsing.
So Viren, we believe, is there. Anyone else? Do we recall seeing any others?
We don't know of any other big players that might be there right now. Viren, for sure. Especially with her absence noted here in Lodom.
Why do they want us?
We've been causing trouble everywhere.
You have beef with the Blights, do you not?
I mean, yeah, but
And you carry your beef with impunity. You wear it on your sleeve. Beef sleeves. That was an accident. I mean, I didn't. Yeah.
Don't apologize, Tim.
That's great.
Also, another thought. Is this an opportunity for us to get into Lodom proper? With Viren not there?
Yes, if there is anything within Lodom's walls that might be advantage to us, I think we should strike tonight.
Could we take back the city? Would that gain us anything?
Sure would gain us a city.
And a bigger target on our backs.
Was Viren like an undead?
Not undead herself, but she controls undead Dulhan.
She's just a big lady.
She's real big.
She is. She's like canonically 6 foot plus.
By trying to take the city, we could pull some of Viren's agents and perhaps even Viren herself away from Smallcastle. But then, of course, that will put all the refugees here in danger.
Do we need more firepower, more allies?
Right now, we have the element of surprise. They do not know where you are or your status. I don't know if they know that we have returned here. They may have eyes in Lodom close enough to see that we are hiding here. It is my fear. Time is our biggest enemy right now.
If we brought the people back in secretly to their kingdom, we set up some sort of distraction here to draw them back to Lodom, then we can fly away without anyone coming after us. So it's like a bait and switch, and then we have, I don't know. That may be stupid. I'm not really a tactician.
I think you're on to something, Poppy.
Yeah.
Do we want to take out Viren?
I mean, ideally, but she has a whole fleet.
I'm interested, yes.
Would it be better to do that from here or from Smallcastle? Because if we're able to go back and forth using the carpet, we can go to Smallcastle, reestablish control there. Like Poppy said, do some sort of distraction back at Lodom to draw her back.
And maybe if the distraction is very obviously us. Then they're like, oh, they're not here.
Right.
Maybe the distraction can be us breaking in to Lodom and getting Bismite for real. So we kind of do two things at once, possibly.
And if we can't take it, we could at least destroy it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can Viren still control you, Guy? We need to know if that's a risk.
Control? I do not think so, but if I must make an honest assessment, I'm not sure I will have full control of my emotions and other faculties when it comes down to it.
Well, that's why we're here, though.
Yes, I believe I can get the job done. But this is her home turf, and we don't know what other advantages she might have by engaging with her here.
Maybe, but it was your home turf before that. Maybe there's allies here you don't know about or don't remember. Who might remember you?
That could well be. I am concerned that if there is anyone left who remembers me, they will not be on my side.
Do you think Viren would take it poorly if you decided to take over Lodom and establish your own seat of power?
A military rule of Lodom. Well, perish the thought, but this would probably serve as a good distraction.
Do we have any likeness of Viren available to us? Maybe this is a path of infiltration. Guy, you could be recognized. The general returned, and if we had a Viren, and Doran looks at Aaron, to accompany you, that would be pretty convincing that Viren has simply returned.
I mean, I don't think I know Viren well enough to be a super convincing.
You saw a statue.
And Guy has seen her in person, so he can help you refine it.
There may even be paintings within the walls of Lodom.
Or if you have some memories, maybe we can look at them with April together. That might be the strongest. If you let me into your memories a little bit.
If you drank his memories, then they would be
Is
yours.
it smelling them or drinking them?
Like breathing them in.
Oh, okay.
Then they're in your brain. You're
Got
not
it.
just hearing it.
Yep. That could work.
You guys give me chills.
Tim's like,
Everything's coming together.
So Dorn,
April, we need some kush.
Sorry.
Dorn takes out some more paper. So Viren and the general return with the captured heroes of the clouds.
Wait. Hold up. I just have one concern. Well, a few maybe. They've got air superiority. If they decide to come back here, we're boned.
We get to the Bismite reserves. Our biggest card is they don't know that we. Well, you may not know either. We have.
we have some additional weapons. We can pull out the big guns.
We go to get the Bismite. We're led into the castle. And if they attack, well, they're attacking their own outpost, their own city. And we have a little bit of time. It'll take them a while to get back here.
I also think the colonel makes a good point, though. We should get the people who aren't fighting further away, maybe from Lodom, set up camp, 10 miles out.
Or we evacuate to Smallcastle if they come back, right?
Oh, yeah.
We have a way in and out at a moment's notice.
I also thought I heard something about Bismite cannons.
So anything that they have on the Leviathan had to have been made here.
It was not. It was made in Farewell, I'm afraid. An extension of Viren's plans. Loyalists of Lodom lived in Farewell for a long time, used their resources, their Bismite, and betrayed them.
I feel like we have the startings of a really good plan, though.
The point of air superiority does concern me, but perhaps we can send someone to bring the Shatterhorn back here.
Kesher.
That gives us something, at least.
We do have the Bifrost, too. I don't know if it can outrun Bismite cannons, but if anything can, that can.
Well, I think we have some preparing to do.
We just need to know when Viren is clued into the ruse. As they start to return, we can get back, grab the Shatterhorn. At that point, when they pull to head back here.
How do we guarantee she gets correspondence that she will trust and act on? How do we even guarantee that she herself will come back? What if they split the fleet?
I think if she knows I'm involved, she will want to return.
I could send her a message directly.
Even then, if even a single vessel is left behind. At Smallcastle, our chances of escape with the ship slim to none.
Then we fight.
Here or there? You're split yourself, too?
We have the carpet. We have the ship. The ship has some weaponry.
Are the five of you prepared to fight a war on two fronts?
I think we have to be.
Maisie said she had some ideas of how to fight back on Smallcastle.
I think the words were blow it up.
I hate to say it, and coming from me, I think we know it's true. We may need Phenom. We may need to understand what these cannons can do and maybe get some ourselves.
Phenom is an army.
He's close, as much as one individual could be, but he's still in with, Libera, and we do need more information.
He's contractually obligated to do no harm to Lyrian. But that's it.
And he said he didn't want to follow Libera. Maybe this is his chance to change things.
Do you think you can work with him, Doran?
Yes. I think it's a necessity, and I think I can.
Oh, sorry. Kind of dusting himself off. You all look in the corner of the room. That carpet you've been talking about, it's right fucking there. Pulling himself up through it is Tick.
Oh.
Hey,
You can see he's covered in dust. He's filthy. His hair is blown back a little bit, and he's got these dark rings under his eyes. And he says, "Oh, hi, everybody."
long time no see.
Oh, a day. Sure. Long time.
For you.
Oh, that's right. Feywild machinations. Anyway, do we have a plan yet, or is it going to be my plan?
What's your plan?
He, blows his nose a little bit, and you can see a bunch of, black smears all over his hand. And he says,
Well, turns out, when they went to Tiny Castle, the little doll house, they left behind a whole bunch of useful shit in the old village, right? They just abandoned it. A lot of it wasn't useful at small scale. One of those things being black powder.
Oh, no.
About 1,500 pounds of it in a storehouse. Just left there.
Like explosion powder.
Yeah. After I gathered my thoughts and cleaned my pants, I was able to continue, and I'm so excited what we could do with this. It's primed to go.
Did you rig something up, or is this like we work on what we can do with it kind of?
Oh, no, I haven't finished rigging it up. I just came back for some fuse wire, and you were all in the room that I popped into, so...
Good timing.
What if it's Plan C?
What if it's plan A, but it's a projectile?
Oh, we have practice shooting barrels of things.
Throwing 1,500 pounds?
Maybe in smaller amounts.
Oh, the loo barrels.
Exactly.
We may be facing a airship invasion of Lodom rather than Smallcastle. Do you think these can be used to defend the city?
Potentially. We'd need some kind of launching device. Was Lodom ever big on catapults?
Were we?
quick cutscene of Guy just being like,
Catapults, 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 and catapults.
What if we had a very big boom as a trigger?
I could do that.
Dord, why are you smiling so big?
We wouldn't even have to be near it. There wouldn't have to be a fuse or anything.
Right, so we have opportunity here to basically weaponize the Shatterhorn more effectively. So even if they leave ships behind with the distraction at Lodom, we'll still be able to fight our way out.
I think it's shaping up, yeah. You all see Tick is feeding this thick green rope down into the carpet, and he says, yeah.
Stop.
Sounds good. He's still got his eyes locked on Sojourn, continuing to listen to the plan, and he grabs a flint and tinder, and he starts striking, and he goes, yeah, right.
Tick, put a pause.
All right, so you're saying explicitly you want me to stop?
Yeah.
Then I'll stop. Nobody said anything.
All right. I think we need to get Maisie, get Tick, get the plan finalized.
Get everybody on the same page.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We should probably lock me up tonight, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a closet we could find for you again.
Oh, there is.
There will be an opportunity for it, sure. We need to meet with Phenom. Guy, I know that this is maybe hard to hear, but we have many enemies, and we have enemies with a capital E at play. We need to understand exactly if what we're doing is going to help or hurt Paul.
The blue-eyed man. He's kind of the wild card in all this, huh?
I mean, removing the blat from cities that have stockpiles of bismuth can only be a good thing.
Yeah.
I can't accept that.
Are we not just leaving those cities as opportunities for the blue-eyed man instead?
He can't take it. He can't take it unless it's from a person. The whole reason that he wants us to wrap in is so that he can consume the bismuth that we carry.
We know that whatever we do ultimately serves him on some level.
So we do nothing?
I don't know, Sojourn. I don't. But if Lyrian is stockpiling and resisting the blue-eyed man, and that is ultimately their goal, then I don't know if what we're doing is helping or hurting. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think it matters, because the harm that's happening to the normal folk of all of these places outweighs anything that we have to deal with later. They're dying now.
Consume the world, that's what he said. Consume.
He's going to do that either way. And if we work hard to get rid of the blat, to remove that, we can do better at removing the bismuth from the blue-eyed man's reach.
Doran, are you saying we might need them?
I'm saying we might ultimately be helping the blue-eyed man. And yes, I think More than anything, I think we need to understand motives better here. I think that was a lesson we just learned.
So we talk to Phenom and see if he has insight.
Yes.
I think we got to do that tonight then, because either way, we got to start tomorrow.
I agree.
Do we return to Farewell then to beseech aid from
I think
Phenom?
I think he has ways of getting around. Didn't he say?
He did say he was everywhere or something like that.
I did ask for him to seek us out again soon.
So maybe we just give him a paper heads up that we need to talk to him.
I think I've already used my quill enough for today, or too many times.
We can probably find someone in this village that can message him.
The strategic session disperses a little bit, and Bobka has gone to find a villager that can help you send a message, if not one of his own magical items that you could temporarily borrow. And he does bring back somebody from Smallcastle that can help you, a cleric that's able to send a message on your behalf. At the same time, you find Kesher. She comes flying in on her jet-powered glider, and she lands on this kind of open-air patio that you're in. It's kind of interesting, this whole castle, it's mostly open air. There's only a very small inner cloister that's an actual building to it. It almost feels like a well-kept park or like a museum or something. It's all just for everyone. When Kesher lands down, she tosses a journal on the table. She says, "I'm not much of an artist, but I've been trying to just draw some of the ships, get the best tactical advantage that we can. You know what I mean? The Leviathan, it's kind of an undertaking, and it's a little sloppy. I started over a couple times, so that drawing's a little messed up. But these smaller ones, they all seem to be pretty samey, pretty much the same. If you can figure out how to take one down, sure to be a quick path to take the rest of them down. But I think that's probably the last safe trip I can do back to Smallcastle. I don't know about that shield. They might be gearing up to take it down."
Then it is good we are acting soon. Good work, Kesher.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. This is great information.
It's really good to see you all again.
Thank you for not giving up.
Of course. I never would. I really believe in all of you. So, these ships. There's 13 of them in total. One big one, 12 small ones. Those small ones, they have these little rotors on them. I think that's going to be the easiest part to take them down. Just have to hit the rotors and they might spin out of control. She shows you her drawing. It looks something between an airplane and a helicopter with little rotors on it. Painted on the side of these giant flying vessels, you see a great white K. And beneath it, Kenmore machines. And I think that's where we'll end it.
Poppy's mom!
Thank you all so much for listening. I am Tim, your GM.
I'm Hannah playing Aaron.
This is Tara, and I am Sojourn.
Hey, I'm Thomas, and I'm Guy.
I'm John. I played Doran.
And I'm Maggie, and I play Poppy. I don't know what my last name is.
I think
That's
it's
weird.
like Ken.
Starts with a K?
No, that's weird.
Kenneth.
Kenneth.
Thanks everybody so
Bless.
much for listening. Please share the show with people you love, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye now.